Good morning everyone, Ria here from Maisie Moo. I thought I'd just quickly video how I'm going to put this together. It is a pincushion, really simple idea, and it was a request from the Facebook group. And I had a quick look and I thought what would be a really easy way of doing this, but it would still be quite effective. So what I've come up with is 3 different shapes. I'm just going to do the round one today, and it's the easy stitch, so it's cutting out the holes for you. And what you will need is your faux leather and some fabric. So I'm using I have a box full of all sorts of different fabrics and things. Fat quarters and whatnot, so most people would have, you know, this size fabric laying around. So I've just found this kind of quite a bold purple and pink, which goes with my faux. You'll need some polyfill or cotton balls, something just to plump it out a little bit so that your needle will go through and hold. And I'm also going to put a magnet in the base of my in the base of it. Now that is going to do 2 things. It's going to weigh it down. It will, or 3 things, because it means it will stick to anything metal. So if you're wanting it to stick to anything, but also too, when you're putting in your needles, it will magnetize them a little bit. So if you anyway, we'll get started. You're also going to need some embroidery floss, and I've got a generous length here. I know you like it when I tell you how much. I think I've got about, what's that, about 30 inches, which is going to be way more than I need. But I like a little bit extra in case maybe there's a go wrong or something. So we've got a knot on the end. Let's get started. We're going to start by assembling the top part. Now all I did with my circle was I just traced around this and then cut it slightly smaller. I do have a template there if you want to use your cutting machine to do this. And then all I'm going to do, pardon me, is very carefully add some glue. Oh, what's my hot glue gun going? Here we go. Don't want too much because I don't want it to cover the holes, and we're going to be sewing through it, so it's also going to have that to help hold it. But this is just to kind of get it nice and taut. Right, so all I'm going to do is kind of pull it with the glue so that it's sticking down. Now there's no holes in this, but that's because it's easy enough to sew through. So make sure what the oh, that dried before I did it. We'll try that again. So you might want to use super glue or anything, but as I say, we're stitching through this in a minute, so you'll see. Okay, so starting from behind, I'll probably fast forward through this, but just I'll quickly get started. Okay, so you can see we've gone all the way around. There we go. You could choose to do a single stitch if you wish. If ever you find that you've got any sort of strands that are sticking up a little bit just from behind, just pull them through. Okay, so here we go, and we'll just trim that. Right, so we want to start to simply stitch the 2 sides together, but we want to be stuffing this as well, so we're going to leave a gap. Now now this is a trial with this magnet. You may not choose to use it, you don't have to. Just popping it in the middle. But I had them here and I just thought we'll give it a go and see how it works. So let's have a look. It might make it difficult to get the stuffing in, so we'll have a little play. Okay, so we need a bit more thread, and we're going to get stitching around the edge of our pin cushion. Oh. Okay, so another knot on the end, and I'll just take it through any hole. I'm going to just add the tiniest drop of I'm using hot glue, but just some glue to hold it in place, because this is going to be stuffed and it will be quite tight, hopefully, so that we get sort of a little bit of a round shape to it. Okay, so let's get started. Right, okay, so you can see we've got a gap there, and I'm going to start putting my polyfill in. Now I need something to push it in with. You can use anything pointy. It's like a little phallus. Okay, so let's have a look. A chopstick works great. So, and your finger. So, feeling in there. And you want to distribute it nice and evenly. Okay. So that you get a sort of a nice mound in the middle. You don't want your pin cushion too big, because you don't want your pins to get lost in it. You just want it to be able to hold those pins for you. I might need a bit more polyfill. So you can see we're getting a nice sort of plump. Okay, so I'm going to start closing it up a little bit more, and just so that we've got less of a gap there. I'm going to go around this again so that it's nice and firm, but obviously we've got to put the stuffing in at this stage. Now, because I put the glue under the magnet, it means it's not going to get any stuffing under it. A little bit tighter. It's looking quite cool, eh? Right, we've got one more stitch, and I still feel like there's a little bit of room there. So this is always a bit tricky when you've got a tiny hole. This is actually working quite well, this, because it's a little bit clingy. I tend to just grab whatever's pointy in at hand though, so just use whatever you have. Okay, I'm happy with that. So if you have any kind of bits of polyfill sticking out. Oh, stop it. If you have any polyfill sticking out, you can trim it. Now, like I said, I'm going to go around twice. I like going around twice and having a solid stitch. It just feels a little bit more robust, but you can do that single stitch if you wish. Okay, we've got one more stitch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle, and then I'm going to sort of go off on an angle and come out the side. And then I'm going to do the same. Do it a couple of times, and what you're doing is you're passing it through the polyfill, you're passing it obviously through the edge, and then all you need to do is trim that. I don't know where my tiny scissors are. These will have to do. Okay. There we go. We've made a pin cushion. All I need now is some pins. Let me find some. Here we go. Pins. Pins in my pin cushion. Okay, I'm going to do a square one, and I'm going to do a love heart, and they'll come as a set, but this was just to show you how easy it is. Now remember, I put that magnet in it. What have I got that's metal? Okay, so I've got a tin here. Look at that. So that sticks to, and I've got my little string tin. Okay, so it sticks to those. So yeah, that's an optional thing you want to do. That looks good. In fact, look at that. So you could actually have a wee tin and have it sitting on the top. Very cool. Okay. Hope you like that. Thanks for watching, and enjoy making these pin cushions.